keep talking, I'ma keep popping. Rockin' this Piff, not no robbing. Now they loving the way that I'm saucing. We superior to average, no top 10. We gon' come in and change up the topic. We playing chess on no checkers, we moving strategic, we not moving reckless. This ain't no regular, we doing numbers, I'm really ahead of ya. Ain't never heard of ya. Pull out a gang in this bitch, so you know we superior. Yeah, bitch to the average. I ain't doing nothing average. We get it poppin' like, we get it poppin' like.
Welcome back to another episode of the Piff Company podcast. It's your boy Elijah.
Josh.
It's your boy Tay, and we on episode 98 today.
Yes, indeed, and we have a special, another all our episodes are usually really, really good. Right. So, but this one is super special because we got a special guest, and
Jodi Chapin, 420 RN.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We got Jodi Chapin in here. The 420 RN. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, pleasure to have you in. Thank you for coming. It's really nice to have you here. Our second official.
Like I was telling you earlier, second official guest on the podcast. So
I am
it's a
honored.
pleasure.
Yes.
It's a pleasure to have you.
So,
and in my hometown too.
There you go.
Right.
Represent. Not much of a commute.
There you go. All right, that's good. That's good. Not no crazy traffic, nothing like that. Right? No. Shoot, because I'm coming from a long ways. I'm coming from Providence.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Wow. I used to live here a while ago, but I'm coming from a little ways away. Yeah. So, but anyways, as you guys know, as always, we appreciate you guys for checking in with us, staying subscribed. If you're new, definitely subscribe. And like I said, we appreciate you guys. So we got ourselves a good episode today, and we're going to get right into it. We're going to get right into the quick hits, man. Some crazy things going on in the world.
No, for sure. Always something. Always drama in the world going on.
Drama in the world. And we're gonna start it off like this. You want to take it off here? What's this? I see something new added here.
Yeah. I put something before we talk about the drama. I wanted to talk about something. Something light. I wanted to see. Are you a fan of Boston Celtics or the Boston teams?
Boston team. Well, of course, Boston teams. I mean, my family. I have boys that played sports. Football, baseball, hockey. My youngest just is a senior at Keefe Tech, which is one of the Framingham high schools here. He's graduating. So I hear news every once in a while. It gets filtered down to me. I support them.
All right. But all right. Well, I don't subscribe to that. You're talking to a Lakers fan. I'm from New York. I'm not. It's not. It would not really.
It's okay. I'm rocking with you on the Celtics.
It's all right. I'll still let you sit next to me.
Man. What's going on with the Celtics?
No, the Celtics might make a run for it. They're doing well. We got the playoffs coming. And I've been a big supporter saying that I think the Celtics are going to take it this year. You heard it here first. We're taking the chip.
Definitely not.
Sure. Definitely. I think we got it.
We're a winning state. I mean,
Come on now.
We got a lot of winning teams. The Bruins.
True. I heard they're doing. I don't watch hockey, but I heard it's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But it don't mean nothing.
They're getting some wins under their belt.
Definitely. Well, like I said, go Lakers.
We don't want to talk about them. No.
What's going on? What you mean? We just won. We in the playoffs. What you going? What's on?
All right. You think you're gonna last?
Yeah, absolutely. We keep winning the chip.
Wow. You heard it, right?
You heard it here first. You heard it here. All right.
I'm in the middle. I got to Switzerland, right?
Now you can root for the home team. I'm not mad at you.
For sure.
I'm not mad at you for that. Staying loyal, to something that's. Anyways, so let's get into another quick hit, man. As guys, we talked about this a few episodes ago. In a little update,
drama.
Trump actually got arrested.
Did he though?
But did he really?
For show.
Yeah, I mean,
we saw on TV. Kinda.
Wasn't no mugshot.
No.
I ain't see no handcuffs.
No.
So
fingerprints.
Nothing. That's not. I'm pretty sure every other person who's been arrested. That's the process they go through.
Monopoly jail.
Get out of free. Yeah. He had a card. He had the card on him.
Money talks.
He had that card on him. that Trump card. No, wow, that's crazy. So yeah, I don't know.
He was literally at a UFC event. Cause I watched
that
UFC,
was wild.
And he was literally
going crazy for
at a UFC event, and it's like it wasn't a couple days ago. I saw you on TV, like. This man didn't look like he was arrested to me. I was just saying.
Yeah, I think I saw that picture with Mike Tyson, Dana White.
He was dead ass at the event, bro.
Photos with him.
Fuck yeah, that's crazy, dog. That's just. I was looking at this because I was at work and I remember I stopped in a shop and the TV that was every TV. That's what was on.
Yeah.
Trump getting arrested.
Yeah.
And then 2 days later, I see him at the fight. I'm watching. I'm like, what the?
How is that
Trump.
possible?
Must be a different Trump that got arrested.
Clones?
Yeah.
A secret clone or something?
So let me ask you guys: Do you think someone was trying to tell me that it was basically they did this to like distract, like put it in the media to like other stuff going on? I guess
they say that about everything.
They say they do, but I don't know.
Isn't it always a distraction?
That's what. I
mean, it was totally a play up to this. I mean, he made sure his followers were privy to the news of the possibility.
Right. A week before. A week before.
Exactly.
I might get arrested on Tuesday.
At this time, at this place, if you happen to have off from work.
Right. Ooh. Oh man, I don't know. Kind of crazy. I'll say this. What about the federal charges in Georgia? Like, will they be upheld? They're basically saying that they got him on. I mean, they got him on phone call, trying to tell the man to find votes. So
it's crazy.
I don't know. That's a federal charge. I feel like if we see that happen, then it's like, I mean, this is already unprecedented.
Yeah.
A former president getting arrested.
Right.
Never happened before. This is a wild boy. This boy is wild.
History in the making. Watching it unfold.
It's a wild boy, I'm telling you. So, I don't know. I feel like if we do see the federal charges put on him, then it'll be something.
For sure.
That'll be something. But yeah. I don't know.
And then maybe weed will be federally legalized.
That means
right? Yeah. That's another.
That's what we need. That's what we need. It's crazy because speaking of weed, he's saying crazy stuff about the weed too. Apparently, he tried to link. We had an episode a while back called Pot Psychosis, where there was a woman. She tried to say that there's pot psychosis for people who smoke weed and connected it to mass shootings. Trump is saying the same things. Now he's saying, there's a connection between
smoking weed,
smoking marijuana, and causing mass shootings.
And that's wow.
I mean, let me ask you this: doesn't weed usually like make you happy,
right?
Tired?
It chills you out, and it sedates you. I mean, it's the happy-go-lucky plan.
That's what I heard.
I mean, with that being said, there are instances where can trigger psychoses in people that have already been predisposed
like
to
schizophrenia or something like that.
Right. So I don't want to dispel, that it's all, because there are, but it's not the there's a deeper meaning.
Does that happen?
Right. Let's really look at the root cause of these mass shootings. It's not.
I don't think it's the weed.
It's not the weed.
I don't think it's that.
It's not the weed.
I think it's something else.
Yeah, let's dig a little deeper. Let's dig a little deeper into this mental illness.
I was about to say maybe something mentally going on.
I mean, really, it's we're not addressing mental illness.
No,
exactly.
No,
let's brush that under the rug. Let's say, it's caused by the weed. It's caused by this. It
doesn't make any sense.
Stop the blame game.
Yeah, exactly. That's where the resources.
It's not the weed.
Exactly. It's not. Absolutely not. So
you said
we got to
perfectly.
get more. Exactly. We got to get more resources towards that. Towards mental health. Just just resources to have people deal with them. So that way stuff like this doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's about being educated, and I feel like for years, dating back, they always like to use weed as like a, scapegoat, I guess you could say. You know what I mean? So it's just.
Bro, they even tried like with the Trayvon Martin thing. They were like, he was smoking weed.
Like
weed, or like what does that have anything to do with anything? Like that has nothing to do with nothing.
Was he drinking water too?
That has nothing to do with nothing here.
Right?
Like, so I don't know. For Trump to say this, kind of crazy. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think weed usually chills me out. I like to watch movies, and sometimes I'll get some good food.
I'd like to see his scientific backing.
Right.
With Sharpie.
Yeah.
All right. So Trump 2024.
Psych.
Oh my God.
And
like I just said,
Made my back cringe on that one naturally.
Don't say it 2 more times. That whole Beetlejuice shit.
Oh man. No. Okay, no. With
throw
that
that psych in there quick.
Let's get into our main topic for today.
Definitely.
You guys know, we have a special guest, man. Yeah. And Jodi, like I said, we really appreciate you for coming on. I know there's a whole lot of things that you could tell us. First things first. What is a 420 RN? What is that?
So a 420 RN, it's a cannabis nurse.
Yes.
So I've been a regular nurse,
yes.
a registered nurse for the last 34 years.
Yes.
I'm a labor and delivery nurse, so I empower women at the bedside and help bring babies into the world.
Yeah.
In 2009, I had a best friend that was dying of lung cancer. She was living with lung cancer. At least we were trying to get her to live with lung cancer. It was illegal here in every sort of way.
Yeah.
There were early studies out in California that lung cancer was being treated with this. So it was treating her illegally.
Clean the bronchioles and stuff like that.
Right. And more so for the tumor.
Of course.
Death effect of it. After she passed on, it became legal medically here, but we know that it took a few years before any dispensaries were open. And then when it was becoming legalized recreationally, that was in 2016, my daughter was graduating from high school. She told me about that there was something going on at the Boston Common that...
Oh, was it in September?
It was in September.
Was it in September?
It was September time.
You guys, go check out that vlog. All right, Headfest. All right.
We popped out a couple times. Yeah, for sure.
So I needed to see what it was all about,
nice.
And I'm thinking I'm going to be walking onto the Boston Common amidst a lot of smoke and just there was that, and there was, but it was, but it really wasn't.
Right,
it was. I mean, it was very family oriented, and I found an education tent that there were doctors speaking at, that there were veterans speaking at, and I was like, oh my God. I'm being validated because I knew that there was a medical, a medical need for this plant, and I knew that when I used it recreationally, it was also being used medically, because I was feeling good and I wasn't having the negative effects that different pharmaceuticals would.
Yeah.
So in 2016, when I started talking to these medical people and going to these different support groups and finding out that this is something that I could start using for my own ailments. I had psoriasis and psoriatic arthritis at that point. I had already suffered a brain hemorrhage. In 2011, I had suffered a brain hemorrhage. And that was back when I was trying to help my friend with her cancer.
Wow.
But once I became a patient, I realized, oh my God, there's a totally, you use it a totally different way.
Right.
You're not just, it's not just sitting back and rolling it up and smoking it and enjoying it, tub side or whatever. Now you can ingest it. Now you can apply it topically. Now, you can put it in all sorts of different there's so many different ways to use it, and all comes with the intent. And I didn't know how to use it as a patient. I didn't know how to use it for my ailments, and there was nobody out there to educate me. I went to my monthly patient caregiver support groups that my doctor offered, but it was really connecting and getting involved with the people in the cannabis community and the industry, and realizing that there really weren't nurses out here for to help patients.
Welcome back to another quick commercial break. I'm your boy Josh. Just letting you guys know we got a new drop out now. Tech suits, jacket, windbreakers, all the good stuff, and some old stuff too. Check us out at thepiffcompany.com.
All right, so I mean that's really amazing stuff there. It's crazy, and some of the it's definitely hard to not hard to hear, but it's like a lot when you're saying about your own ailments is showing the proof and just getting the own your own experiences with it. It's true. It shows you, like you said, that you can use it in a different way. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I don't know if you want to talk more about that, like in terms of how the cannabis has helped your own ailments and some of those stories as opposed to maybe pharmaceuticals or something like that, if you had seen your own kind of benefits in that.
Absolutely. And that's primarily like why I'm this plant's one of its biggest advocates now as far as its use, because I was one that was on a multitude of medications. For my immune system, I was on immune suppressing medications, IV, I was injecting myself, I was on medications that were sending me to the hospital. I was out longer with my skin all coming off my body from a reaction to a pharmaceutical.
Wow.
Than I was with my brain hemorrhage.
Right.
So I was on tons of pharmaceuticals.
That's crazy.
I was tipping the scales over 300 pounds. I couldn't move.
Yeah.
Just my body was in complete failure. It was shutting down, and they try to feed you one pharmaceutical to take care of the side effects of another pharmaceutical, and you get into this circling drain, and I'm trying to live my life. I'm a nurse, I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a friend. I'm trying to be everything to everyone, and I have a dying friend, I have a mother that's getting divorced. It was
all
just like trying to be split in so many different ways, and I was just I wasn't able to take the mask, that oxygen mask, and put it on myself. The self-care,
gotta take care of yourself first. It's always important.
There. And and you try all sorts of different things, but there wasn't any one thing that was working. And I noticed that when I started using cannabis, first, you don't try to cure everything. You don't try to come off of all of your pharmaceuticals.
No, right.
But all I wanted was to get some sleep and, get some sleep, get rid of pain. Those are my two big things.
I feel that.
Come on.
As long as you feel comfortable.
Right.
You got to feel comfortable.
Right.
You want to be able to relax. You're going through things and stuff like that.
I just wanted to function.
Yeah,
I didn't want to use cannabis to get high at this point. My intent was to use it just to get rid of pain, just to I just want to function. Yeah. And once I was able to balance that out, because it took some education, it took some learning, because it's not just smoking it.
Nope.
It's balancing out the THC and the CBD and the CBG and the CBN and all the cannabinoids and all the terpenes, and they all work in this beautiful entourage effect. They all work together because they all have similar benefits. Right. Some outweigh more benefits than other, but and some bodies need different different ratios of these. So it was learning how what my body needed. And what I found is when I started balancing out my endocannabinoid system, which is this system made up of all of these different receptor sites in the body that encompasses every single system in your body. Yep. The endocannabinoid system has something to do with. So if your endocannabinoid system's in balance, that can throw an imbalance to any or all of your other systems. Right. So if you're having blood pressure issues, diabetes, you can, overweight, sleep, anxiety, all sorts of different issues can be caused by an imbalanced endocannabinoid system. So once we start
and do you right, get you balanced
correctly, and then things start balancing out, and that's when I noticed that I wasn't needing the pharmaceuticals. I wasn't needing something for sleep. I wasn't needing something for pain. I was able to come off of my immune suppressing drugs that they wanted. And then lo and behold, when that was happening, the weight came off. I didn't go on any special diet, and people were like, "What's wrong with you? Do you have cancer or something wrong?" Because I was like, "I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just now I'm able to move. I'm able to sleep. I'm able to move. I'm able to think. My head is clearer. I mean, I do more cannabis now than I did ever in my life, even recreationally, as a before kids, and when I had more access to it. Right. I do it from the time I wake up, the time I go to bed.
And I'm rivaling you there, Josh. This is our top chiefer over here. This is the top chief.
And I'm a functional nurse. I function like I get shit accomplished.
There you go.
Exactly.
You know, so and
let me ask you about that. So being that you worked, in the healthcare system for over 30 years, delivering babies and stuff like that, but have you had like any criticism from people, knowing that, do people know that you smoke weed? Like, obviously you're a 420 RN, right. So they have to know this is part of your practice. So have you had any criticism about that? So it's
so early on, I was a hidden activist. Okay, I was a supporter, but only amongst my 420 friends, and we knew there's plenty of other nurses that we wanted to make sure, because we didn't want to get caught.
Right.
We wanted to kind of stay underneath the radar, and that's why initially I didn't want to become a patient, because I was like, once I'm registered with the state, now it's going to be out in the open. So people that knew. But as my life improved, as things were changing, and I couldn't lie that it was due to cannabis anymore, then I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to scream at the top of my lungs.
There you go.
This plant changed my life.
Changed your life. That's wild.
And now I'm alive. I'm living. So I need to educate others. It can change others. I've seen it.
It worked.
It worked.
It actually worked.
And that's what drove me to become a cannabis nurse. That's my side hustle. I mean, I still have to work at the hospital to pay bills, and but I think also being in the hospital, they see how my life has changed for the better. I'm a better functioning nurse.
Yeah, nice.
Right.
That's
I'm a better coworker because of my cannabis use.
Chill,
and now
mellow.
And now everybody comes to me. I mean, even I don't want to say even my boss, but I mean everybody who wants to sleep or feel better, or it's like, oh, I know someone. I mean, and even like the elder, like a lot of people, like, oh, my parents have issues. Can you talk to them? And I have no problem sitting with someone's parents. I've even gone with them to doctor's appointments, because not all doctors are on board. Exactly. And I think being able to be a respected professional in the community, because I mean I've been at this hospital for 23 years, and I'm definitely respected, amongst my coworkers. They trust me as far as being a cannabis nurse outside of the hospital. And so now it's known. Like, I'll walk into work and they'll be like, Jodi, can I talk to you?
The pot leaf scrubs on too.
Can I I have Crocs.
There you go.
I have cannabis Crocs, but my locker is open, and people know that I have supply if they need. If they need some coping skills after
if you know,
shift.
you know, okay?
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
A little bit of fairy floss.
Oh, we're gonna get right into. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna save that for the smoke break. But we're gonna get into it. We got a special episode for you guys. If you haven't noticed, stay tuned. Okay, check into subscribe. All right.
I do want to say on a note too that you talked about, like some of the reasons. Well, one of the main reasons too that we decided to smoke, during our podcast, was kind of to break some of the stereotypes that we see with the cannabis industry. So it's like a lot of people that aren't educated on cannabis, the stereotypes of the lazy weed smoker that doesn't get shit done, and like you said, you're someone that uses cannabis, but you get it done, you get your stuff done, and
absolutely,
that's one of our main things, what I mean, and that's why we show that, because it's like we come every Saturday and we're getting it done, and we're educating you on the plant as well. You know what I mean? So
I absolutely love that, and it's funny. My tagline for 420 RN is decreasing stigma, one leaf at a time.
Yeah, that's our whole thing.
Right?
That's our whole thing. That's our whole mission.
Decreasing
One leaf at a time.
Decreasing stigma, one leaf at a time. It's and that's what it is, because it's. You can't get to everybody.
No.
Right.
And it took me actually growing the plant.
Yeah.
And teaching others that you can grow it with children in the house. You can grow it outside, and you can have family parties, and you can actually educate the elder.
Yes.
Like I had people coming over to my plants and
what's that?
Come on over, Auntie. Right?
Don't touch it too much now. Don't touch it too much
it's
now.
great. And they're like, oh
Back
no,
up.
I can't do that. You know, there's no reason for me to do that. And I was like, absolutely there is. You have an endocannabinoid system. You know, so it's
grow up to 6 at your house.
It's always like an educational opportunity.
Right.
I mean, anywhere, whether I'm at work, whether I'm at home with family, you know, anywhere, I always try to get some.
Let them know.
Talk about the plant. You know, whether I'm wearing jewelry. I mean, from my necklace, I have cannabis rings. I have a
full-blown activist. And on that, you know, you were actually an award-winning cannabis activist. Can you tell us more about that?
I sure can. So this year at the New England Cannabis Convention, they had awards for edibles.
Nice.
And I won for my cotton candy.
Woo!
For my Jodi's Secret Fairy Floss.
Oh wow!
It's spun sugar, so I infuse the sugar.
We gotta get a little
for
product
floss. That's kind of. That's like an oxymoron, ain't it? A sugar floss, ain't that like a?
Yeah.
I love it though.
Yeah. And cotton candy was something from my childhood. When I was younger, my father bought my sister and I our first cotton candy machine.
Okay.
And we would go around to different carnivals, and cotton candy would always be the beeline. We'd go for the cotton candy.
Oh yeah.
And I was with the flower that I grew.
Yeah.
I was infusing all sorts of shit, whether it be honey or sugar or salt. I have a few different things that I
Okay.
Yeah, Jodi's Secret Sea Salt.
Okay.
All right. You can season up everything.
Put it on the steak this summer.
That shit goes on everything.
Wow.
That's Jodi's little secret.
I like that.
So I decided to try spinning the sugar I was infusing. I was like, oh my God, what a concept.
Right,
that is definitely different.
You know, and not just because I wanted to get away from it looking like a candy because of the children. You know, we got to always keep the children in mind.
Yep,
so that's kind of why I call it fairy
laws
floss,
on that.
you know, so to kind of get away from that. But also from a medicine point of view, it's quick dissolving.
Yep.
It's easily bioavailable underneath sublingual, under the tongue.
Yep.
You get it in. Boom. I also make a sugar-free version too, made with isomalt, so it's 0 on the glycemic index, so diabetics can.
And that's something we care about over here too. Okay.
What's going on? It's your boy Tay. Just want to take you to a quick commercial break. Let you guys know. Lifestyle page, our articles, our Carfax, everything we talk about, we got the links and we got the information behind it. So make sure you go check that out and stay tuned. Piff Company everywhere. Peace.
So I've gotten a few different reviews on it. So it's labeled 10 milligrams. I had it tested at MCR Labs.
Yeah.
The sugar tested at 3.5 milligrams per gram of sugar of THC. And the fairy floss tested it was like 1.5 milligrams per gram. So I was like, okay, well, and there's 20 grams in each of these bags.
Right.
So, according to MCR's testing, it's probably like 25 milligrams, but it's made with FICO, and some people respond differently to FICO than you know what FICO is. Full extract cannabis oil. So it's like it's the terpenes.
Yep, extremely concentrated.
Yeah. It's a truly concentrated.
Yes.
So some people respond to that differently than if it was an isolate.
Gotcha. Okay. I gotcha. Like if they're using BHO or whatever, some type of. Okay, I gotcha.
So just so you know, I mean, some people get hungover in the morning.
Hey, well, listen, you're talking to the Piff Company, all right? And
don't say I didn't didn't warn you.
We don't back down from any challenges around here. Okay?
Never.
It's Jodi's secret.
All right.
There might be 10 milligrams. There might not.
All right.
That's for you to tell me.
I like that. That's what we like to hear.
Well, as you see, we are we got the High Times bag over there.
Yeah.
We've been in some competition.
We'll judge it. We'll judge it. Don't worry. We'll judge it. We'll rank it. We'll let you know. We'll keep you tuned.
Tell me if I was deserving of third place.
Hey.
Yeah, shoot.
Right?
We see the cup too. We see the cup.
Yeah.
Might have to be first
place. You got
place.
the cup right there.
I'm surprised I haven't broken it yet.
But that would have been crazy. That would have been crazy.
Oh
my
God.
Lord,
I
have
totally
mercy.
have to go back to Mark Shepard and beg for
another one.
I totally would.
Yeah. So I mean, hey, look. Well, we're glad that we got you on here, and I don't know. Do you guys have any other questions?
Yeah. No. Got a couple. Yeah, we got a couple up in there.
All right.
For sure. I wanted to ask a question on I know you said that you're involved with the growing as well.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any particular strains that you like to grow or particular growing styles, techniques, hydroponic, soil?
So I haven't tried hydro yet.
Okay.
I definitely want to.
Right.
Right now I grow in soil, and the closest to soilless that I've gotten to is Coco Core.
Okay. Yep.
But right now, since I'm keeping it to an outdoor grow, since I had I don't want to announce, my diseases of the past with plants. Because it was once. Only once.
Oh, yeah.
That will never happen to me again.
Mm-hmm.
But so it'll be in soil.
Okay.
As far as strains, I like citrusy. Citrusy, sativa, uplifting.
Are you a more sativa?
Yeah.
More sativa than indica?
I am. And
I used to love sativa. I ain't gonna lie, sativa was my thing. I used to love sour diesel. That was my favorite. It still is. But I used to be like sativa. But now I go to the dispensary.
Yeah, I'll probably get that.
Yeah.
I like the hybrid indica.
And you know what? I think most of them aren't they mostly hybrids now though?
A lot of them are mostly hybrids.
It's hard to like really
indica dominant.
Yeah. But I know that. I know that indica is easier to grow in this New England outdoor weather.
Keeps the buds nice and more compact instead of fluffy, getting stuff in it.
So I do like the with that being said, I like the blueberry and the citrus. As far as if I'm looking for a seed company right now, what I'm growing in my garden is what I call Jodi's secret. My own seeds.
Hey. Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
you did cross pollination, come different strains, mixing things together.
I did. It was a bit of an accidental science experiment.
Hey.
I was growing indoors. I had two different tents. I had my females in one tent, and when I had discovered the males, I put them in the other tent, zipped the tent, turned off the lights, and I was going to deal with them after my 4 shifts in a row at the hospital.
You gotta get rid of
while
them
I still had the lights on in the girls' tent or whatever.
Gotta get them away.
During my 4 shifts on, someone had said, "Oh no, you got to cover those and get them outside and kill them." And I said, "But I turned the lights off and they're in another tent." And they were like, "In the same room, Jodi?"
Nah.
And I was like, "But the tent is zippered."
Not
naive Jodi didn't know
that
this.
thing is gonna fly.
So I said, "Oh, I'm sure they're fine."
Yeah,
could have been.
They were halfway through flower. They were 6
For
weeks
what you
into
did,
flower.
I would say definitely that's probably like the most like. You put in another thing, zipped up. Yeah, for sure. No. That's a good defense. That's a good defense. It is.
So anyway, all of those were pollinated, and those were my Jodi's secret seeds.
Do you care to tell the cross strains?
So the cross strains again. That's good. Well, it's not going to be all that because the 2 males, one was Agent Orange and one was Bruce Banner.
Nice. Okay. Ooh, that's
okay.
nice.
Those are the 2 males.
Haven't had Bruce Banner in a minute.
The 3 females were different female strains as well.
No, so that's the secret. So that's the thing.
Oh God, what the hell were those?
White Widow.
You know what?
Gorilla Glue.
Gorilla GG4 was one of them. GG4 was one of them. There was a blueberry in there too. It was like a blueberry muffin or it was a Humboldt.
Okay.
It was one of the Humboldts, and I can't remember. I'd have to go.
I'd have to go. It's a secret.
I'd have to go.
It's a secret.
But the whole idea is that I collected all those, because I didn't know who belonged to who and what strain was what. So how am I gonna prove genetics? So it's. Jodi's
how do they come up with these strains anyway? I mean, I know how, but
I mean the seeds. There's some nice looking striated seeds that, and all of them have popped. Anytime I've germinated them, and I've given out. So I had a small segment on a podcast called Nurses Who Grow, and I had given out my seeds to a whole bunch of nurses who ended up growing Jodi's seeds
to Nurses Who Grow.
To Nurses Who Grow, and they were female.
Nice. There you go.
So,
there you go.
And nobody has gotten a male yet,
all
and
feminized.
they had some very sweet smelling.
Woo.
Nice. There you
So
go.
you got that Jodi secret.
Right. So so those are just a couple of
we might have to contact you at a later date, and as you said before, we are actual judges here.
For sure.
Okay, and we might have to test out some Jodi secret. Who knows?
Absolutely. You can even come visit my grow. You're this close.
Vlog coming soon. All right, you guys stay tuned. All right, guys, stay tuned. The Piff Company everywhere. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Listen. I'm just saying, all this talking about weed, unless you guys have any other more questions, because I'm telling you right now, I'm starting to get a little, I'm feeling like the vibes are shifting.
Are you shaking?
I'm feeling like vibes are shifting.
It's getting a little scratchy.
Chill.
I'm feeling like we should get on to that smoke break.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right, guys, listen. Ladies and gentlemen, if you and here are the rules. If you don't know, now you know. Get you some rolling paper, okay? Get you some Piff. Get you some filter papers. Go get you an ashtray. Go get you a lighter. Go get you some water, la agua. Go get you some friends. And go get you some entertainment, the Piff Company podcast. And make sure you guys are joining us on the smoke break. All right? Put some flames in the comments down below if you're smoking up.
Let's go.
Because we're about to get Irie in here.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it. Let's
get
do it.
lit.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Sure.
Now, what we're smoking on is not the Jodi's secret, but but soon come.
That'll
man.
come in the fall.
Soon
I
come.
need to invite you over when I'm in trim jail.
Oh,
Who likes to trim?
Okay.
Oh my God.
Hey, I live far. These guys live close by. You can talk to them. All right, I'm sorry. I live very far away. Very far away.
Obviously, by your response,
Very far away.
You don't like trimming
Ooh,
either.
Lord, yeah. Ooh,
My hands hurt just thinking about it.
Right.
Trimming.
It's the worst part.
My thumb just started, when you said that, I went like this a little bit.
I got a trim daddy just to see if that would help. I mean, it kind of goes, it's like Edward Scissorhands, but I mean, it definitely helps with the cramping.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, who invented trim? Like what?
I mean, you were pretty nuts.
I know.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You want your nuts to look pretty. Shoot, you don't want no sugar leaves. Right. All right, so guys, we got trivia questions going on, okay? I guess that's a good one. Who likes to trim? No.
Not it.
I wonder if there is someone, literally.
Yeah, I love it.
Only a novice
Yes.
likes to trim. Anybody who's
I love
done
being
it
around
more
weed,
than...
man. I just love it. Getting the hash on my fingers. It's so amazing.
People that get paid for it don't even like it.
That's what I'm saying.
And I'm over here thinking, if you paid me, but
not enough.
I need like $30 down.
Yeah,
Right.
not enough.
All right, so let's get into this. Okay, trivia questions. I got one for you guys. Okay, I got a trivia. I'm gonna start us off on a trivia question. All right. If you were to travel to the past,
all right,
would you still be living in your future?
Like your past or the past in general?
Okay, in the past in general. I mean, that's the So, not today. If I go back 50 years, 200 years, 300, 500,000 years, is that still my future?
Yeah.
Yeah, technically. That's a good question.
Because you're living your life in a new area. You've never seen it before. Never lived it before. I'd like to say, yeah.
Wow. It truly is a trippy question.
If you were living in your own past, I'd say no, but...
Right. I mean,
you can visit. Okay, it's the same thing. You go visit your own. You visit yourself in the past.
You're just reliving your life.
Not that you're not. You're still okay. Okay. It's not that. It's not that you're like turning back to 5 years old or something like that.
Okay, so I'm going back and I'm seeing 5-year-old me.
There's a lot of rules that we got to establish with time travel now.
Nah, no bullshit.
What do you think? Is it still your future?
I mean, you know what? I was a little rebellious as a 5-year-old. I am out of the norm now, and I know I'll die that way too. You know, I'm an Aquarian. I march to a different.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it is your future. I think it's your present. Because here's what happens, right?
Yeah.
Let's say you go in your past. Let's say you do go in your past. You tell yourself, hey, this is what's going to happen, right?
Okay.
It's going to keep. I think you might get caught in a loop. But then what happens when you have to exit?
Paradox.
You have to exit your past to go back to the present time, and then. I don't know. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of issues with time travel. Okay.
But also, you have to learn. Oftentimes, you need to go through learning a lesson before you can get to your future. Your future can't happen until you've learned a lesson. And if you go back to your past self to warn them, not to do something,
no, you can't even talk to yourself.
then you won't have that experience, and then you may never turn into your future self.
You might not be in the past.
In every movie,
that might not even happen. That might. What if that's deja vu?
Every movie, you can't ever fix the future from going in the past. Let's be honest, you know.
Hey guys, welcome back to a quick commercial break. It's your boy Elijah. Just want to let you know we got some new merch on the website, Superior to the Average. Yes, a new drop. Go to the website, thepiffcompany.com. You see what I got on. We got the jacket. We got some tech suits on there. So go check us out. You're not going to want to miss out on this one. Thepiffcompany.com. Stay superior to the average.
Yes, now I was just saying, every movie I've seen, you can never fix that shit.
Yeah.
By going in.
No, and they've made so many. I mean, from
and they all got different rules.
Back to the Future, all of them, and all the Terminators, Marvel. Oh my God, right?
Yeah, different rules.
Yeah.
I don't know. Groundhog's Day.
Oh my God, Groundhog
I don't know,
Day.
man.
Sometimes I feel like I'm living Groundhog Day. Holy crap! It's like, what lesson am I not getting?
Yeah, right. So I don't know. That's a tricky question. All right.
That is a trippy question. Got us all thinking.
Exactly. Okay. Well, you guys got any trippy questions, man?
Let's see.
When is
Josh,
it not okay to smoke weed?
When is it not?
I don't have an answer for that.
When is it not okay to smoke weed?
I mean, I can't smoke weed at work.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
Okay.
You know?
Can't be at the office.
Telling a woman, stop pushing for a second. I need to go out for my weed break.
Yeah, no. Definitely.
But you could do it for a cigarette break.
What I was gonna say?
Right? I know. Well, I joke with coworkers. It's like I want to go out for my
every hour.
breath break.
Yeah.
You know.
15 minutes every hour.
And they're entitled to
out,
which is crazy.
by the law.
Right.
So I'm just saying.
I know.
What if I do go out there and take my little vape?
Right.
My little.
Yeah.
They
I probably won't spark up a joint. I probably won't spark up a
It could be
joint.
nicotine. It could be THC. It could be CBD. You
Right.
just don't know what's
know.
concentrated inside that little golden.
Little thing.
Right.
But when is it not okay to smoke weed?
Yeah, I would agree. Work.
That's probably that's probably the best one. Just like if you're at the office, like in the office, like I don't think you can do that.
I would also have to caution pregnant women.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Not okay.
I mean, we had an episode on because there was some sciences showing.
Well, I'm
that,
not saying that I'm against pregnant
You gotta
women
know what you're
smoking
doing.
or don't find that there's benefit there. I have to caution
Exactly,
them.
absolutely.
And that's when I have people come to me because there's still policies and procedures that are followed at a hospital. And you know, if their provider is on board with their plant medicine therapy replacing pharmaceuticals, and everybody's on board because they have, a crunchy granola midwife and following all the dietary, But once they admit to using cannabis within 2 years of pregnancy, and then if God forbid they admit to using it while pregnant, on them. They're testing their urine. If they pop positive, the baby's urine's being tested. You have Child Protective Services now invited to your house.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy. It's a crazy situation.
So there's precautions.
Exactly. Absolutely.
And
I would say this too, even like on more of like the health reason too. Like I would say inhaling smoke of any type is definitely going to be bad for the child, right? But you don't have to inhale smoke to get cannabis. The benefits of cannabis.
Right.
You can eat. You can
a
topicals.
Lot of our women that women that are testing positive if they're during pregnancy, they're taking full spectrum CBD oil, so they're not even. They're not even getting high.
Exactly. There's other things.
There's other things, and when Child Protective Services gets involved or is like following them, or even the providers that are following them, let's look at the rest of their prenatal history and the rest of their habits. Are they smoking regular cigarettes? Are they, not showing up for their prenatal visits? Or are they the ones that are into yoga and into, pureeing their organic food for their babies and now using plant medicine and microdosing? Don't even get me started on psilocybins. I'm into all plant medicine and educating, and that's next. That's coming.
It is. That is the next wave.
It's coming.
That is the next wave.
So I would have to caution pregnant women as far as smoking it and ingesting it. But anyone smoking it, you're burning. I'm still doing it, and I still this is the most comfortable way. But you're burning off a ton of lots of cannabinoids, things that burn off at a higher temp than the 420, 450.
Yeah.
Right.
But vaping flower isn't quite the same, and
it's
total ritual.
So, what would you rank it for you then? Say smoking flower, vaping, edibles, or I don't know if you do topicals as well.
I do all of them.
What would you say?
I do edibles and smoking most because I put infused oil into my coffee every day.
Okay. Like tinctures?
My own I infused coconut oil with my flour.
Nice,
Okay.
I'm a kitchen witch. I make all sorts of shit.
Nice.
So from eating it and then I smoke it too. Vaping, you know what? Vaping concentrates still. I cough more from that than I do smoking, combusting it.
I feel that.
And I don't know why I feel I can breathe better after I've smoked it. This way. I don't know if it helps with the dilating of the bronchioles, this as opposed to the vaping. Vaping the concentrate. Is it because I'm getting water vapor in there, or what was it that's cutting it? Because it still needs to be cut. You're not, even though it's a concentrate, you're not vaporizing a pure
exactly.
So I don't know if that's why I feel that with vaping. So vaping, even though I promote it to patients and say, "Ooh, that's that's the best way to do it if you're going to do inhalation," because inhalation is the quickest that we know. It gets into your system within a couple of minutes, and it leaves within a couple of hours. Edibles by mouth, may take up to 2 hours to work. With my oils, they tend to work within a half an hour. I use a Motrin in the morning to get me going.
Okay.
But so it doesn't get me high. It just gets me comfortable.
Right.
And then I take gummies at night, and I also microdose psilocybin. So I do all sorts of.
There you go. Real trippy over here. Okay. I got another trippy question, guys.
All right.
I got a trippy question. Okay, here we go. Do you think Adam and Eve had belly buttons? You would know more than us. You deliver babies. Babies come from
they weren't
a
born.
cord.
Right. I mean, I guess
This
it
is the
depends on
the
which
point of the
book
question,
you're reading.
Josh.
Yeah,
So-
what book are you reading from?
This is the point of the question, Josh.
Yeah.
They weren't born, yeah. So tell me, did they have belly
Wasn't
buttons?
Eve made from the rib?
Shit.
And then Adam was just made by God,
Dirt.
so I don't think he had a
Dirt
belly
stones. I
button.
don't know.
Dirt and stones, yeah. I don't know. I don't think if they weren't born, I don't think they had
No belly.
buttons.
You put a belly button on there.
Nah.
They just have smooth belly.
Yeah. I mean, that
Weirdos.
truly is a truly
Belly.
trippy question. It's like what came first, the chicken or the egg? Because, I mean, that's a ritual I do at work. I cut an umbilical cord.
That's where the belly button comes
I mean,
from. That's all I'm
all
asking.
babies that I've birthed
That's all I'm saying.
have all had.
That's where belly buttons come from.
Yeah.
Correct? You would know more than us.
Absolutely.
So,
And going back as far as I've been delivering babies, they've all had belly buttons. All of them. I mean, there have been a few that the genitals were questionable,
Oh,
what
Lord.
sex it was, like
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
has been unfortunate in some cases. But
Yeah.
but even they had
belly
buttons.
No.
Just saying. I don't know.
I don't-
Smooth belly.
I don't think they had it then.
Smooth belly.
I'm gonna have to look back at pictures of
Yeah, you have to.
Adam and Eve.
Ooh. I wonder how that'd be interesting. Gotta look at the. Interesting. All right, you guys got any other trippy questions, man?
Last one. What is your favorite thing about weed, and what is your least favorite?
Okay.
For me, my least favorite is rolling it.
Because you can't.
Stuff a cone.
Stuff cone.
No,
yeah.
learn how to roll.
Learn how to roll. I can roll anything.
My sister taught me when I was 13 how to roll. She would buy her bag of weed, and she would make me sit and break it apart because there were no such things as grinders back in my day. And she would make me sit and roll them. And if it didn't come out perfect, I had to unroll it and do it again.
Wow.
And they had to be cigarette-like. And then, come to find out, my older brother had a cigarette rolling machine that I totally could have cheated.
It's like all these got rolled.
But now the arthritis is so bad that I do cones. Like the cone stuffing is, I have this cute little, it looks like a spaceship, and I can't do like the multi-cone fillers. Like that doesn't work for me. But it's like this little spaceship thing, and I do my own little personal cones. And
There you go. Yeah, that's easy. The cones are easy.
I mean, just to kind of
Learn to roll, folks. You're talking to the god of doobies over here. Former? What do you mean?
Yeah, you lost that title a couple episodes ago.
Right. Someone was fucking up. I think I remember.
Are you king of rolling?
I'm the god of.
I'm the god.
Oh,
That's self-proclaimed though.
Retired.
you're
It's
the
not.
god.
Doobies.
Can you teach an old lady how to roll again?
Stay tuned, all right, folks? Absolutely. You're talking to the god of blues, all right? No, I'll say my favorite part of actually is probably rolling. My favorite part about weed, honestly, it's this. Okay, ready? It's this motion right here. That right there, that little
Just that.
That right there is my favorite part of smoking weed.
Like smoking itself.
Of the actual action.
I get it.
But the of
Like
it,
the ghost and
like
shit.
all of that of it. That's my favorite part.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to explain that, but that right there is my favorite part.
I think my favorite is the second part, the exhalation,
Yeah.
because I've already gotten it into my system. It's starting to work. And now I'm exhaling the bullshit, like it's on here. Inhale the good shit, exhale the bullshit.
That's
really.
right. That's right. That's right.
Literally.
Oh, my
But what
least-
I really hate is trim. We were talking about
trimming.
this before. Trimming.
Yeah. I was gonna say the smell,
Yeah,
probably
true.
the smell. Probably the smell for me.
You hate the smell?
Like,
like-
burnt, probably. He's probably talking
No,
about
I
burnt.
love the smell of weed. I like smelling of weed, but like after I've smoked,
Oh.
Yeah,
like-
you know how you read.
Oh,
how
you read, yeah.
it make all clothes.
Yeah.
Stays on you. It's so heavy.
Okay,
That's probably
After you smoke.
That's probably one of the least
Yeah.
things.
I
about it.
agree on that one.
I mean, there's
I don't mind. I don't
workarounds. You
care.
can
It's not for
open
me. I don't care. I just
windows.
don't. I don't care. But at the same time, It is a real thing.
Like especially to people that don't smoke, that smell is so strong.
Do you find that people judge you for how you smell?
No. Well, yes, but no.
I do.
Okay.
I do. Yeah. You don't think?
I see him walk out. Oh, okay. I know where you're coming from. I know what you're doing.
Yeah. But is it more the looking at you in jealousy or looking at you and
me is jealousy?
It depends who the person is.
Okay.
You know,
me is jealousy. Me is jealousy.
Like even though
it's like, ooh, okay, you got that. Okay.
It's like I want.
Yeah. No. For real, for me,
there.
it is that. For real. For me, it's jealousy. Yeah. Sometimes I be like, oh, okay, all right.
Nah, even the other day at work, like a couple walked in and they smelled like loud.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They smelled loud, and like immediately in my mind, it's just like I had like a little smile with it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Welcome back to another commercial break. It's your boy Elijah. Just want to let you know that we got all articles on the lifestyle page. Go stay tuned on thepiffcompany.com. You could check us out there whenever you want to stay updated on anything about the cannabis industry. We got you covered. And follow us everywhere on all social platforms at The Piff Company. You got to stay up to date with the boys, man. Stay superior to the average, and we'll see you over there.
So yeah, a couple walks in, immediately I smelled it, and I'm like, ooh, but in my mind, like I said, obviously a fellow smoker, I'm like, you smell good, you know what I mean? I'm like, damn, I'm trying to smoke when I get out of here.
Yeah, I know what you're doing, like, Yeah.
But other people, like, I feel like I've definitely experienced, being in situations where I could tell most of these people who don't smoke or probably don't like weed, and they're looking at me like, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
their ignorance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you got to know your crowd.
They smell
sometimes,
like smell like
just
a big
knowing where you're
cigarette
walking.
It's cool for them,
right?
Like going back to that question too, is like, when is it not okay to smoke weed? Like in certain situations, if I know I'm gonna be around a lot of folk and it's probably just public, I don't always.
Yeah, no, of course not.
I won't.
I'll take
I'm
the
okay
vape
smoking.
I'll take the vape.
Yeah.
And it's more comfortable for me, not even just because like I give a fuck about what everybody's thinking. It's me being like comfortable too, like in general, like I don't want to. I don't know. I like to enjoy my high, like you killing my high type shit.
That's why I'll take the pen out and just.
Yeah. So I have a question about that. Speaking of, you like to enjoy your high. Do you find that you get high just from smoking? So like as a chronic consumer, it takes me a shit ton to get to what I consider high or inebriated. If I were to compare it to drinking or whatever, whatever, like
floaty, euphoria.
I can't even remember the last time I was
actually
that high.
Blitzed, no, I felt that a couple of like a year ago. I was like, yo, I called my homie. I was like, yo, sometimes I'm smoking, man. I'm like. You remember how we used to get trippy? Like how we used to get trippy?
Like the giggles.
Yeah.
I was like, I haven't felt that in a minute, but then I started smoking this weed, right? And it started working. And I was like, okay.
Was it just that you changed your strain, your cultivar?
No. Not that. More so, it was also just my timing off. Just getting my, smoking less, I guess.
Okay.
Bringing back the tolerance a little bit. But
you didn't go on a complete tolerance break?
Nah, I probably just smoke once a day.
Okay.
Type of thing.
Okay.
Unless
so
I'm hanging out. If I'm hanging out, we hanging out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I probably one joint.
I mean, I think there's levels to it, like you guys said. Like there's a different level, obviously, when you first got, we're getting high and smoking. That's different. Like, that level is like, so as long as we've been smoking, I feel like it's like you said, it's a tolerance thing. Yeah. But I definitely feel like I can feel a different level I'm on. Like I can feel we just smoked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And on a medical side,
I was just about to get into that too.
You know what I'm saying? In terms of feeling medicated.
I'll tell you two reasons for me.
And that's why I think microdosing is
important for sure. No, I'll tell you two reasons for me. Literally, so just yesterday I was playing basketball. Like I'm sore right now. Okay, but the smoking. I'm not sore right now. Like my back is good. My cord that was really I'm not really feeling it. So that's one thing. And then also I have ulcerative colitis. I have inflammation here. So when I was really in it, I would forget because I was trying to be good. I was trying to be good. I was trying to be good. Not smoke. Just kind of chill out for a little bit. I smoked and I'm like. I feel great.
Better?
I feel actually great right now. I can actually eat a little bit right now.
Right.
I was like, whoa.
And then if you ate something that had cannabis in it, that would help your GI systems even more, because now you're getting that anti-inflammatory directly to... Because you have receptor sites everywhere.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
So if you saturate them too much elsewhere, it's taking away from other places where you need it. So, I mean, smoking is great, but...
You gotta do it right.
Ingesting it.
No, that's a fact.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we've all benefited too. Like, you know, I think I was saying earlier I got cut off. But yeah, like myself, I got diagnosed with type 1 diabetes when I was 19. And I was already smoking, you know, before that as well, but I definitely seen it helping in, you know, on a medical standpoint, how patients can help, you know. Like, for example, even like when I have a high blood sugar, I get nauseous, you know. To the point it's like I can't like eat, you know, I feel. But with the cannabis, I always will, you know, when I smoke, I definitely see the difference. Like every time I smoke, I get an appetite. Yeah. You know, and that's something with my body. I've always been like that, you know. Yeah. So that I definitely see on a medical standpoint. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like that could help a lot of different people if they're educated on it. Definitely. You know? So. Definitely.
And also one of the benefits to the cannabinoids is it does help regulate your blood sugar.
Yeah,
right.
TCV.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, TCV.
Listen, guys, that is our smoke break. Okay. Very trippy, very and educational as always.
For sure.
So we're gonna wrap this up on a high note, a very high note. As always. Check us out everywhere, social media, The Piff Company, thepiffcompany.com. Go get your merch, go get your gear. We got you there. But more importantly, Jodi, thank you so much.
For sure. You are so very welcome.
Yes,
this was a great time.
I appreciate it. And if you want to shout out your socials.
Yeah, where can we find you?
Oh my God. Okay, so on Facebook, I use my regular name, Jodi Churchill Chapin, or Jodi420RN on Instagram, Jodi420RN. TikTok, I think at Jodi's Secret LLC because I just filed for my own business. So
there you go.
You know,
nice.
There you go.
We're slowly building, but the fairy floss was the first was the first thing to come on out. Yeah. So also Green Network Providers. That's who I do medical cards with. That's my nonprofit. So greennetworkproviders.com, as well as on Instagram and Facebook as well. And we're out of Irie Bliss Wellness in Weymouth, and Irie Bliss Wellness is a hemp and wellness store.
There you go. Okay.
And you know, and it just all the connections. So you can reach me there. I'm there every Wednesday for cannabis consulting. You know, come in and visit me. It's actually a consumption church.
Whoa! Nice. Okay. All right.
That's another episode.
That's another vlog coming soon. On the Piff Company.
Yeah.
All right. So guys, stay tuned.
A busy summer.
Oh yeah.
You know
Lots
what's going
of field
on.
trips.
Yeah, I know. Till next time.
Peace.
They can keep talking, I'ma keep popping. Rockin' this Piff, not no robbing. Now they loving the way that I'm saucing. We superior to average, no top 10. We gon' come in and change up the topic. We playing chess on no checkers, we moving strategic, we not moving reckless. This ain't no regular.